Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Passioknit Kelsie and welcome to this very passionate vlog. Guys, this morning I woke up with a bit of a chill. I took my dogs out and it was 47 degrees outside, which is not surprising considering it's October. But if I am going to be able to wear my brain stew pullover for the winter season, we're gonna have to kick it in gear. So, here's where we're at. If you remember from the last vlogs, I have finished the front panel and I have started the back panel. It is a crop sweater, so we're doing okay, I think. Almost to the halfway mark. And then we have the sleeves, of course. I didn't think Sleeve Island was going to kick in until we actually hit the sleeves, but being midway through the back panel, I am really feeling it. I am feeling stuck, stranded, and we haven't even made it to the sleeves. I did take a break. I haven't worked on this in, I think, 3 days because I was preparing for the end of the month drop for October, making some more stock and all that jazz. But now we're making our way back to this guy, and I'm hoping that that little 3-day break is going to give me the motivation I need to get back into it. We're going to finish the back panel, and we are going to work through both of our sleeves. We're going to sew everything together. We're going to weave in all of our ends. We're going to put the zipper on, and we're going to have a beautiful pullover by the end of this video, okay? Mark my words. My current status for today is I woke up this morning. I was cold. I decided to sit outside in the sunshine because inside my house it was very cold, but sitting outside in the sunlight was warm, but also a nice breeze. And then I fell asleep. I fell asleep on my patio couch in the sunlight, and I had a nice nap until about 1 p.m. Caesar came and got me, took me to lunch. We filmed a little bit of vlog material for his channel, and now at 4 p.m. it's time to get to work. Since the back panel is, just a big panel of stockinette, knitting and purling back and forth, I think I'm going to find myself something to watch. And considering the fact that it is the end of October, it's nearly Halloween, I think I'm feeling something maybe a little spooky, a little scary. I have 2 options floating around in my head right now, which includes Monster, the Ed Gein story, or A Haunting on Hill House, or The Haunting of Hill House. Monster, Ed Gein is new, and Hill House is older, but I've never seen it, and I don't know anything about it. I just saw a couple TikToks that were like, it's that time of year again, gonna go watch my favorite show. But I didn't get any spoilers. I mean, it's called Haunting, so I'm assuming it's about ghosts. And Monster is obviously about Ed Gein. I do enjoy serial killer movies, and I also do enjoy ghosty stuff. Not movies. These are both TV shows. I'm gonna think about it. We'll have to decide between the 2. Depending on how long this sweater takes, we might even watch both of them, actually. Let me pull up the pattern, see where we're at. Oh, beautiful. I have 50 rows currently, and I need to do, oh boy, quite a bit more. Yeah, quite a bit more. All right, so it begins. Let's make this pullover. We've got about 30 rows until we need to split off for our shoulder sections. I'm hoping I can get that done tonight. I've decided to start watching The Haunting of Hill House, and I'm going to lock in, okay?
No live organism can continue to exist sanely under conditions of absolute reality.
I'm getting pretty close. I have 10 rows left until we split for the shoulders. We can at least get there tonight and maybe do 1 shoulder. I'm 2 episodes in on The Haunting of Hill House. I had to turn the lights off because I couldn't see anything. It was so dark. It also creates a spooky atmosphere, if you will. And so far the show is okay. There's only 10 episodes, so 2 out of 10 is substantial. I'm assuming it's going to get better. I am happy that Love, the girl that plays Love in You, is in here. I like her, but I have to say there is some bad acting in this show. I think it'll get better. It's not bad enough to make me stop watching, but it definitely is making me think of the potential that this show could have if all of the actors were amazing, you know? I'm going to stop on episode 2 for today because it's getting late and I don't know, I need to watch some cartoons before I go to bed so I don't get scared. So, I have realized that I will absolutely not have enough yarn to do both shoulder pieces, maybe even reach the shoulder pieces. The entire back section is supposed to be in this color, but yeah, we might have to switch to Jelly Bean. But also then I'm wondering if I'll have enough yarn to make both of the sleeves, which are also supposed to be in Jelly Bean. And this yarn is discontinued currently, so we're just gonna hope. I have more of it in different colors, which, I don't know, might be fine. Just know that once we get towards the end of the sleeves, we may be playing a little bit of yarn chicken. This is my last row before we split for the shoulders, and this is how much yarn I have left. So we're just gonna hope that it makes it all the way across. That would be really nice. So we didn't exactly beat yarn chicken. I still have to do like 13 rows on either side for the shoulders, but we did conveniently run out at a good time. It's on the exact row where I need to split off. So lose, win, win, lose. It's also getting late, so might just stop off here. Guys, I've been thinking about our yarn dilemma. You know, I was thinking about the fact that we could change back to Jelly Bean for both of our shoulders, and that would be fine because Jelly Bean is up on the chest up here, so they would just meet up, whatever. But then I was thinking, well, what if we run out of Jelly Bean whenever we're working on the sleeves? Maybe we could do a different color on like the cuff portion and then match it up with the neck, because we also need this for the neckline turtleneck thing, which, yeah, that'd be all right, I guess. But then I looked at the actual pattern and the sleeves are worked from the cuff upwards. So if we run out of yarn, then the different color would have to be like on the shoulder, which will not work for me, you know? Basically what I'm getting at right now is that I think we should work the sleeves first and see if we have enough yarn to then do the back shoulder panels, right? Because if anywhere on this project has to have a different yarn other than the bubblegum or the Jelly Bean, I think that on the back of the shoulders is the best option rather than a weird strip like around the top of the sleeve shoulder area, right? At least that is what's making sense to me. Silly me that chose to play yarn chicken with a yarn that is discontinued, but we'll just have to deal with it. And I think that working the sleeves first, making sure we have enough Jelly Bean, is the best option at the moment. So, welcome to sleeve day. Even though we have this whole yarn chicken situation, I did get excited this morning because whenever I was looking at the pattern at the sleeves, I realized that the sleeves are in fact worked in the round. I initially thought that they were worked in a flat panel because the front and the back are worked in the flat panels, but no, they're worked in the round. And I am so excited to just knit. No purls, except for the ribbing, obviously. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome, okay? Maybe that will help prevent Sleeve Island. So in this interchangeable needle set, I only have one long cord, which is going to stay on where it is right now. So for the sleeve, I'm going to have to use this little cord, but it's a sleeve, so that should be okay, I'm hoping. Although we're starting with the ribbing, Might have to use some double pointed needles. I have exactly 2 skeins left of jelly beans, so if on the first sleeve we run out of 1 skein, we know that we will not have enough for the second sleeve, which would suck. But this is just what I've got myself into. But knitting always surprises me with the amount of yarn usage. Since I'm so used to crochet, and crochet is such a yarn eater, I'm always like, oh my gosh, this yarn went so far on my knitting project. Let's just keep that mindset, optimism. Here we go. Well, I am most definitely going to have to use some double pointed needles for the beginning of this, which is not surprising. It's cuff size. Yeah. Bummer. I used to have these like teeny tiny needles, like literally like the smallest circulars you've ever seen. I think they're for socks, but I can't find them. I don't know where they are. I have finished 1 cuff. Not too bad, although I despise using double pointed needles in the round. Now we're going to continue, obviously. There is going to be some increases, and I think I'll probably have to transition to these first, and then eventually work my way up to these. Yeah, size difference, pretty big. I am going to have to look up these increases. There is make one left and make one right. And I haven't done that in a long time. I do not remember how to do it. But that's why we're here and knitting sweaters, because I'm trying to improve my skills. How big is this really? I'm gonna test it, see if I can stretch them out on these needles. Oh, I'm back watching The Haunting of Hill House because I finished watching my Smosh videos this morning. On to episode 3, and it is getting better. It's definitely getting better. Current thoughts. Can't stand Shirley. I like Theodora a lot. Steven is okay, not great. And Luke is Luke. But I'm definitely interested in the story and where it's going to go. Ooh, I think this is going to work. Yes. Yes. Okay, I'll keep you updated.
There we go. That's how to do the make one right and the make one left.
I have reached our desired amount of increases. It's going good. So now we're just, straight up knitting in the round for the rest of my night. I think, I always overestimate how much I can do in one day. So I'm going to go with 75% of the sleeve tonight. Definitely going to be taking some breaks, so. Guys, great news. I've just made it to the last row of the sleeve. I know it looks pretty small, but you gotta remember, the body here, big square, right? So the shoulder goes all the way like down here. It's rolled up. Yeah. Nice oversized body, square. There was no decreases to make the like an armhole shape. So a shorter sleeve is necessary. Also, it's not blocked. I mean, am I gonna block it? I don't know. Blocking is not usually something that I do, but I've also never made a sweater like this, so I don't know. This is great news because I wanted to get a sleeve done today, and we didn't run out of yarn. We actually have a good amount left, which is very promising. Maybe we can even use it on the back shoulders and the collar and be 100% good on yarn, which would be fantastic. Also, I must say, it is only 6:30 p.m., so we can definitely put in a great amount of work on our second sleeve for tonight. I believe I was right about the fact that the sleeves would feel so much quicker because of the fact that they are shorter rows, and also we found out this morning that it was in the round, so even better. I think that the other sleeve is going to be a piece of cake, okay? I did a live stream the other day working on the back panel, and somebody had mentioned that they never get stuck on Sleeve Island, they get stuck on Body Peninsula. And you know what? I think I agree. I haven't even finished the back panel, technically. I am just going to cast off, get started on the second sleeve, probably work on that for the rest of my night tonight. I've already had dinner, and I'm on episode 5 of Haunting of Hill House. So happy that I flew through this sleeve today. So, update. I have got a good amount done on our second sleeve for the night. I think I need to do about 10 to 15 more rows, but it's getting late, so we're gonna have to finish that up tomorrow. Welcome back, team. We are on sleeve 2, and we're gonna finish it easily, okay? Last night on the second sleeve, I made the ribbing with these circular needles instead of the double pointed needles because I was like, surely if the sleeve can fit on the 5mm circulars, then the ribbing should be fine on the 4mm circulars. They're the same size. And I was wondering if it made any difference. Don't think so. Good to know. Doing really good on yarn usage. We've got a couple more rows to go, so I'm gonna finish this up right now. And then, we just have to sew everything together? The last thing that we'll have to knit is the collar, but you have to sew everything together first. Oh no, we still have to do the 2 shoulders on the back panel, and then sew everything together, and then do the collar. I know I'm not done yet, but I'm gonna say the sleeves were a piece of cake. Sleeve Island was more like a nice little vacation. It was truly no problem. I'm also very happy to learn make one right and make one left. Here's what they look like. Pretty good. Feeling confident? Whoever on the channel left a comment that said, an easy reminder is, I left through the front, but I'll be right back. I used that the entire time. Every increased row, I was like, left through the front, right through the back. It was, in fact, extremely helpful. So thanks for that. I have 2 episodes left of The Haunting of Hill House, so I think we can finish that today.
biggest consequence.
Sleeves complete. Oh my gosh. That was so easy. Literally a day and 1.5 hours maybe. They have long bits of yarn for sewing purposes, which is good. I also feel like we have a nice amount of yarn left. So now that these are done, we are going to be transferring back to the back panel. This guy, and we just need to do some shoulder rows on either side here. Not very many though. I'm gonna go back to Jelly Bean, and then I hope we'll have enough for the neckline. It feels promising. We also have a good amount of this left. I can probably use it to like sew together something. I'm really excited to be almost done with this. Ooh, yes. We are in fact done with the back panel. See, we just needed a little bit on either side. And this looks pretty good for the collar. But we officially have all of our pieces done, and we're gonna start assembling according to the pattern. So, we're gonna sew. Back, front, and I'll sew along the shoulder seams. Yes. Yes. Shoulders done. I looked up a YouTube tutorial, learning lots of things, right? Because at first I was literally just doing like a whip stitch and then it looked like crap. So I actually learned how to do it correctly, and this is what it looks like, which is not bad. It could be a little bit more flat, but I don't mind it. It's gonna be on the shoulder anyway. And here is the inside. So far, so good. Now, we're gonna seam up the sides, and then we'll put on our sleeves. I've done one side. That was hard. Do not like that. Anyway, I obviously still need to do the other side, but I also need to take a break and eat some food. It's 8 o'clock. Haven't had dinner. Sweater. I'll finish my night off weaving in some of these ends that we have. Tomorrow we will handle the neckline and the zipper, and then we should be done. Sweater complete. Is everyone ready to finish this sweater? Look at it. It's collar day. I got all my ends woven in last night, so I'm feeling like really good, okay? The collar should be easy peasy. It goes around the collar area, obviously. It's ribbing, and I believe I can use these needles here. So maybe we can put away our set. The hardest part about today is definitely going to be sewing in the zipper. So I'm just preparing myself for that. My excitement towards being done with this project is a big driving factor because I want to wear it. I want to wear this puppy and look awesome and cool and amazing, okay? Especially today. We've been having some cold mornings, but then it usually gets warm during the daytime whenever the sun is out and whatnot. But right now, it is daytime, the sun is out, and it's still in the 50s. Slight chill. I need knit sweater. I wonder where my other cord is. It's missing, along with my 8mm needles. Okay, let's get this show on the road. And look at that. We have a collar. We are now done knitting anything. All we have to do is sew. I left a long tail for sewing. And this is how much yarn I have left after the entire project. So super happy. I was almost thinking that like whenever we ran out of yarn on the back panel in the bubblegum, I was like, oh no, what if we don't have enough yarn to finish the whole project? What if we'll have to do a different color on the collar or on the back? And we made it. We made it. I actually don't even mind the different color on the back. It lines up with the collar. See that? Looks great. This might look crazy long, but that's because it is a folded over collar. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna do a little fold, and we're gonna sew it down so that it looks more like this. I guess, according to the pattern, we are going to sew this down first, but leave this open, just this little thing here, so that we can slip the zipper in there, right? So we're just gonna sew down this part. The collar did take a minute, a hot one. It's been 4 hours, but to be fair, I did take a break because Caesar asked me to cut his hair, and then we had lunch. So that probably took out an hour, at least. 2 hours? That's a lot. Look at her. We have our flaps open and ready. It is zipper time, folks. Here I have a 9-inch all-purpose zipper. This is longer than 9 inches, bruv. Well, no, it'll be fine. It was stretched. It was stretched out. All right, well, first of all, let me get myself some floss, thread, embroidery floss. Considering the fact that this is for myself, the zipper doesn't have to be amazing. Keep that in mind. Try not to let my perfection tendencies take over. This is going to blow chunks. We're done. It's unfortunate that the worst part is the very last thing because it put me in a bad mood. I don't think I did a good job on the zipper. These don't line up. But that's fine, it's fine. Wow. Wow. Let's put it on. That'll make me feel better. And here we are. So initially I thought that the sleeves were going to be too short, but they're fine. Here is zipper. Just get a full view, huh? Ooh. I think that the neck is going to be nice, the zipper. It actually doesn't feel like suffocating or too much like I thought it was going to be because the folded over ribbing is quite thick. It's going to be nice in the winter. I can move, but just wearing this regularly, I'd probably wear it probably like this. I want it to fold down a little bit. I think this is awesome. I think this is very good for a freshly finished sweater, not blocked. Probably not going to block it. I will literally just wash it with the rest of my clothes like a normal person. What do you think? Very roomy, very flowy, It's nice. It's good. Here's the back. And that is all. Guys, I am so happy to be done with the Brain Stew pullover. This is absolutely something that I would wear all the time, constantly. You're definitely going to see me wearing it in videos. It feels pretty good right now, but I am excited for it to like maybe relax a little bit after a wash. Although, I mean, pretty relaxed now, but still. I think that the entire thing is awesome, except I think the zipper could be better. You'd think after all these years I would be better at hand sewing in a zipper, but I am not. This is the first side. It was a little wonky. Second side I did better. Kind of. Yeah. Also, now that I'm zipping it up and whatnot, I'm seeing the stripes. Do you see how they like magically lined up on either side of the shoulders? Isn't that lucky? That was not planned. It just turned out like that. Okay, well, we have a finished sweater. So that is going to bring us to the end of this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. You can go to passionategoods.com to get some yarny merch. Subscribe to my channel or Caesar's channel if you want to see more content with me in it. If you want this pattern, you can get it from Aiden Wills Crochet on Etsy and Ravelry and Ko-Fi. The Brain Stew pullover. And that's where I'll leave you guys. See you next time. Bye!